Hi, I'm Jon Bek, and these are the qGames. The qGames are a collection of retro arcade games that have been retrofitted with a quizzing engine to make grammar and vocabulary drill, concept drill a little bit more entertaining for students. So let me show you the qGames. We start by a visit to the token shop, like we would in an arcade, the token machine. We buy tokens, in this case, not with our quarters, but by answering questions. The definition of a non-key column, a column that's not part of the primary key. And once we've bought our tokens, we have credits to play the game. And we play the game, and every 25 seconds while we're in this hyper-vigilant state of playing an action arcade game, we will be interrupted with a question from the quiz engine until the questions for that quiz bank are exhausted. And if you get a correct answer, you generally add a life. If you don't get a correct answer, depending on the game, there may be a minor penalty, but usually not. So there's an incorrect answer. And in this way, the student works through their vocabulary drill. Okay, so kind of fun. And then on the screen, there is a augmented display of the score. It gives you a unique identifier for that game session for that student, the number of questions that have been answered correctly, and the number of questions in the question bank as a whole, and the number of questions remaining at that time. So those are the qGames. To create the qGames for your question bank, I recommend using a source. It's supposed to be as low energy, low cost to the instructor as possible. So if you have at the end of the chapter a selection of key terms, or in this case, part of the publisher's support for the instructor, there's an instructor manual, and this has key terms. So I've just gone in, copied that, pasted it into a word processing file, and made one little change, and that is I added a tab to delimit in between the term and its definition. After that, I take the entire set of terms and copy them. And also included with the qGames is a utility that you can paste your terms in and convert them into an encoded format that you can save. Select all that, save it as your quiz file, and then include that in your package when you upload your qGames either to your web server or to a SCORM package directly in Canvas. And for convenience, I've designed the qGames so they can be packaged as a SCORM module, which you can add directly to a learning management system such as Canvas. So the entire game is standalone and hosted right out of Canvas, and should be very easy for the instructor to put together and to deal with and to maintain, and reliable for the students to be able to access. If Canvas is up, then the SCORM game should be up, and you should be good to go. If you're interested in using the qGames, please let me know. I'm happy to share. Just email me, and I'll attach my email to this video or to any accompanying correspondence. And at present, the qGames are comprised of an Asteroids game, Bubble Bobble, Centipede, Missile Command, and Pitfall. And I am in the process of adding more as time allows. And so if that's of any interest or of use to you, please let me know. Thank you for watching.